Very clear.
Okay, good. Good. Do something. Okay. Now in last class, in the class of last 2 weeks, okay, we were talking about something about the international trade theory, actually, and it is a matter of fact that the international economics are mainly consisted in two important parts. And the first part is the international trade theory, and the second part is the international finance. Right? Okay. Now, last week we discussed the classical international trade theory, the comparative advantage, okay, the mercantilism, okay, and the HO theory, okay. And today we are going to address the HO theory and its relaxing assumptions, okay. And in today's class, there are some knowledges, common senses from the principle of economics, microeconomics, okay, such as the economy scale, okay, and the market structure, oligopoly position, okay, monopoly, perfect competition, imperfect competition, okay. And furthermore, we are going to discuss what are the relations between the economic scale, imperfect competition, and the international trade, okay. And before chapter 5, we put forward the following questions, okay. Is the imperfect competition, okay, is the market structure influencing the international trade, okay? What is the functions? What is the function of economy of scale in promoting international trade? Okay. You should bear in mind the questions I mentioned, and we will continue our discussion in this class, okay? Okay, first, we would like to see the complementary theories of HO theory. Okay, practical basis of today's international trade. Okay, the economy scale, imperfect competition, differences in dynamic changes in technology among nations. Okay, transportation cost, and the environmental standard. Okay, that is the new international theory, new international trade theory. Okay, that means in our contemporary world, okay, the above factors will enforce great influences on the international trade. And it is also the basis, they are also the basis for the new modern international trade theory. Okay. The first one, economy of scale. The second is imperfect competition. Okay. And the third one, the dynamic changes in technology among nations. Now, in HO theory, in terms of classical HO theory, there is one consumption, that is no differences in technology. Okay, that means as well as the productivity. Okay. Okay. In the modern international trade, we should consider the transportation costs and environmental standard. Okay, especially nowadays. Okay, nowadays we advance the grain technology and the grain to preserve the environmental, and we should jointly defend the climate change. Okay, and the developed nations will provide the new technologies for the developing nations to encounter, to meet the climate change. Okay. The outline of this theory of this chapter 5, an HO model and new trade theories. Okay. The second question is economy scale and international trade, mentioned before just now. Okay. Imperfect competition and international trade. Okay. Economy of scale, actually, that is the mood of the economy. Imperfect competition, actually, it implicates the market structure, that is imperfect competition. Okay. Trade based on dynamic technological chain differences, especially in the era of the digital economy and the 5th generation and 6th generation of the telecommunication network website, and the 3rd edition of the web. Okay, the 3rd web, 3.0 web, and the cost of transportation, environmental standards, and international trade. Now here I want to emphasize that in the past, some of the graduates, when they make the choice on the paper topic, okay, for the paper topic, okay, they often wrote the topic such as, that is the international trade and economic growth. It is a very, very old topic. Not so many, few students select the cost of transportation, environmental standards. How does the cost transportation? How does the technological differences and the various standards affect the international trade? Okay. Actually, that kind of topic is out of date already. We need to input new knowledge or new influential factors, okay, variables in international trade analysis. Okay. Now, the HO model and the new trade theories, okay, there are assumptions of HO model and new trade theories. Okay. Okay, we can see that there are two nations, okay, in HO model, two commodities, nation 1, nation 2, commodity X, commodity Y, and two factors of production, just labor intensified and capital intensified. Two factors of production, labor and capital. Okay. And for the labor division, okay, it is, of course, divided into labor-intensified production and capital-intensified production. The second item, both nations use the same technology in production. That means there is no technological differences. Actually, it is contradictory to our modern world, to the real world. The real world. Okay. As a result, it fails to reveal the whole appearance, the whole profile of the global, of the international trade, of the world trade. Okay, world trade. But without assumptions, it is very difficult for the economists to set up the models, okay, to make the analysis. So, as the students major in international trade, you should select the suitable topic, the research topic, and make the balance between the assumptions and the realities, okay? And to make it infinitely close to the reality, okay? That is useful for the enterprises as well as the government. Okay, technology gap and product cycle model. Okay. The third, commodity X is labor intensive and commodity Y is capital intensive in both nations. Okay, that is no factor intensity reversal. Right? No factor intensity reversal. Okay, this is why this is a very important requirements or assumptions. Okay? Both commodities are produced and constant return to scale in both nations. Constant returns to scale in both nations. Okay? Economies of scale and international trade. Okay? Here, there is a constant returns to scale. Okay? Actually, this is knowledge of the microeconomics. I think that is the chapter 3 or chapter 4. Okay, maybe. The fifth, there is incomplete specialization in production in both nations. Okay. There is incomplete specialization in production in both nations. The sixth, tastes are equal in both nations. No different taste, but in our reality, okay, the demand is up to the taste, that is preferences for the end customers. Okay. There is perfect competition in both commodity and factor markets in both nations. This is a very, very important premises for the ATO theory, which make the theory hold water. Okay, the perfect competition. But in reality, there is almost no perfect competition. Okay, so we should make analysis on international trade and the market structure of the imperfect competition. Okay, this is the theory of intra-industry trade. Okay, the intra-industry trade. Okay, this theory is closely related to the Downing's theory, who was a very famous academic of in Great Britain, okay, that the inter-industry will largely reduce the cost of the multinationals. Okay. And the multinationals, they deploy their production factors here in their world, okay, and make the full edge of the production factors here in the world. But now things changed because of the geopolitical events or the geopolitical situation. Okay. If there is perfect factor mobility within each nation, okay, internal factor mobility, but no international factor mobility. Okay. Okay, perfect factor mobility within the borders, not cross borders. Okay, that is actually it points to the institutional costs, okay, as well as the transaction costs. Ninth, there are no transportation costs, tariffs, or other obstructions to the free flow of international trade. Okay. Under this condition, there creates the so-called no-cost international trade. Okay. That means, furthermore, it implicates the integration of the global trade or regional trade. Okay. Only modifying HO theory reduce the value and benefits of international trade. These are the 9 relaxing assumptions of HO theory. All resources are fully employed in both nations. This is under the a perfect condition. Okay? There's no waste. If utilized the HO theory could incorrectly predict the pattern of trade. 11. International trade between the two countries is balanced. Okay. Here comes the conclusions. Okay, here comes the conclusions. Okay, relaxing most assumptions only modifies, but not invalidate the HO theory. Okay, international trade, that HO theory leaves unexplained cause for new theories. Okay, that is the involvement of the international trade theory from the classical one to the modern one. Okay, let's go to chapter chapter the 5.2. We are going to discuss the relation between economy of scale and international trade. Okay. There is an important definition, illustration for the experience of external economies, increasing returns to scale. Okay. What is the increasing returns to scale? It refers to the production situation where output grows proportionally more than the increase in inputs or factors of production. Okay, that is economy of scale. Increasing returns to scale. Okay. Okay, I give you an example. For the Tesla, you know that Tesla factory in Shanghai. Okay, the Shanghai municipal government gave Tesla company a very premium conditions to build the factory in Shanghai. Okay, all the accessories providing are provided are very near to the Tesla assembly line. You know that it will save greatly for the transportation costs. Okay, and for the logistic costs. Okay. Okay, for the for in terms for the as to the manufacturing industry, okay, especially for the modern one, okay, the logistics costs actually take a large proportion in the whole cost, entire cost. The increasing returns to scale refers to the production situation where output grows proportionally more than the increase in inputs or factor of production. For example, you invest $1 in production that will create, it will originate maybe $2 profit or output. Okay, output. Okay, that is the economy of scale. If all inputs are doubled, the output is more than double, means 1 + 1 exceeds 2, okay, or is over 2, okay, it's not equal to, okay. Why? Okay, explanation for the economies. What is the economies of scale? At a larger scale of operation, each worker can specialize in performing a single repetitive task. Okay, this worker is more proficient in performing one simple task repeatedly. Okay, introduction of more specialized and productive machinery. Okay, that means the more detailed labor of division, okay, with high technology. Okay, what is the figure of the production frontier? Okay, what's the figure of the production frontier? That is the production possibility frontier. That is the PPF. We mentioned last class. Okay. Okay. We can see assumption. Two nations are identical in every respect. Okay. Same supply and demand. Okay. Supply and demand. Actually, this is the demand curve, right? for for this curve, you can see my my mouse arrow, okay, my mouse, okay, and for the B, for this curve, this is the PPF, okay. That means, okay, for this point A, for dot A, for A point, equilibrium point in both nations in autarky. There's no international trade. They are self-supplied. Okay. For the PA, no trade equilibrium relative commodity price in both nations. Okay, both nations. Okay. B and B dot. B and B dot here. The points of complete specialization in nation 1 and nation 2. Okay. And point E, that is the final point of final consumption in both nations, both gain 20x and 20y. Okay. This is the illustration of the economy scale. Okay. The pattern of specialization is not absolute and may result from historical accident. Okay. With the economy of scale, two nations need not be identical in every respect. If economies of scale, economy of scale persists over a sufficiently long range of outputs. Okay. If economies of scale persist over a sufficiently long range of outputs, monopoly or oligopoly will occur. What is the monopoly? The key terms. Okay, this is the terminology from the microeconomy, right? From the microeconomy. That is what is monopoly? Okay, a single producer of a commodity for which there is no substitute. Okay, monopoly, such as some special the manufacturers in the special industry, okay, such as the military enterprises, okay, the military, the defense industry enterprises, military industrial enterprises, okay, there is no substitute, okay, for some kind for certain of the for a certain accessories, okay. Oligopoly. What is the oligopoly? Okay. A few producer of a homogeneous or differentiated product. Okay. A few producer of a homogeneous or differentiated product. Okay. External economies. It is a different term from economy scale. Okay. What is the external economy? Refer to the reduction in each firm's average cost of production as the entire industry output expands. That means the entire industry output increases, okay, the reduction each firm's average cost. That is the average cost. That is the average AVC and AFC of production. That is the AVC, the average viable cost, okay, produced, okay, as well as the AFC, the average, the fixed cost. Okay. Economies of scale refer to the reduction in the average cost of production as the firm's output expands. Okay, economy of scale refer to the reduction. Okay, economies of scale actually refers to one firm. We evaluate from the perspective of one firm. This is the external economies. We take a look at the external economies from the perspective of the entire industry. That is the different perspective. We see that. Okay? That is the external economies and economies of scale. And economies of scale. Okay? Hypothesis about the economy of scale. Okay. SB Linda. An essay on trade and the transformation. If you have time, you can go to the Google Scholar to find this article, okay? To read this article, okay? Opinions of peripheral similarity or overlapping demands. Hypothesis. Okay? Hypothesis. Okay, hypothesis.
Hypothesis.
A nation should export. A nation should export those manufactured products for which a large domestic market exists, and import those products that appeal to its low and high income minorities. We should read it several times and to make you fully understand the masterpiece for the article. Okay. In this article, the author thinks a nation should export those manufactured products for which a large domestic market exists, and import those products that appeal to its low and high income minorities. Here comes the conclusion. The trade in manufacturers is likely to be largest among countries with more similar tastes and income levels. Okay, trade in manufacturers is likely to be largest among countries with similar taste and income levels. Do you believe in this? Do you believe in this conclusion? I don't think so. Okay, if you have interest, you can do some more research from this perspective. Okay, that is the from the perspective of the peripheral similarity and overlapping demand hypothesis. Okay. The input. Now we will jump to the next very important question. That is the relation between the imperfect competition and international trade. Okay, that means it indicates that the imperfect competition is one of the most important elements who will have effect on the on international trade. Okay. Okay. The first one, the trade based on product differentiation. Okay. Measuring inter-industry trade. The formal model of intra-industry trade and another version of the model. Okay. The trade based on product differentiation. Okay. Generally speaking, we can divide the products into two types. One is differentiated products, another is homogeneous products. Homogeneous. Okay. That is the inter-industry trade model. The homogeneous products, that is the inter-industry trade. Okay. Differentiated products, inter-industry, take advantage of economy scale in production, keep unit cost low, and benefit consumers with more choices. Okay. There is no choices in homogeneous products. Okay. There are more choices. One, there are differentiated products. Okay. Okay. There are some interesting considerations. The first one, comparing with the HO theory, the difference, basis for trade. Okay. The HO theory predict that trade based on comparative advantage is likely to be larger. Okay. When the difference in factor endowments among nations greater. Okay. The intra-industry trade is likely to be larger among industrial economies similar size and factor proportions. Okay. Difference two, gains from trade. Okay. The HO model predicts that inter-industry trade, okay, will lower the return of the nation's scarce factor, will lower the return of the nation's scarce factor. With intra-industry trade, based on the economy scale, it is possible for all factors to gain. Okay, that is different attitude of interest groups. Okay, that is the stakeholders, different attitude. Relation. Okay, intra-industry trade is related to the sharp increase in international trade in parts or components of a product. Okay. It utilizes each nation's comparative advantage to minimize the total cost. Okay. The intra-industry trade model is an extension of the basis model to modern production conditions. Okay. The intra-industry trade model is an extension of the basis HO model to modern production conditions. About the relative commodity price. With differentiated products produced and the economy scale, free trade relative commodity prices may no longer accurately predict the pattern of trade. Here, we repeated this sentence. With different products, okay, produced, okay, this is a precondition, and the economy scale, free trade relative commodity prices may no longer accurately predict the pattern of trade, the large country and small country. The conclusions, okay, the comparative advantage determines the pattern of inter-industry trade, while the economy scale in different products give rise to intra-industry trade. Okay, here we should pay more attention to the comparative advantage and economic scale is individual function in international trade. Okay, that is inter-industry and intra-industry trade. Okay, a great deal of intra-industry trade is in fact consistent with trade based on differences in factor endowments and comparative cost. Okay, here we should see the factor endowments and the comparative cost. There are a little bit different. Okay, inter-industry trade reflects natural inter-industry trade reflects a natural comparative advantage. Well, that is the intra. I made a mistake. Intra-industry trade reflects acquired comparative advantage. Okay. Here, that is the formula, the measure. Okay. Measuring how to measure the intra-industry trade. Intra-industry trade index. Okay. X stands for the value of exports of particular industry or commodity group. Okay, X. Okay. The value of the imports of particular industry commodity group. That is the total X plus M. Okay, the total value of the international trade. Okay, we use that is the export minus the imports. Okay. Okay. We do it proportionally. Okay. Okay. When T equals 0, the T equals 0 when there is no intra-industry trade. Okay. T equals 1 when the exports and imports of goods are equal. In the intra-industry trade is maximum. Okay. Okay. The formal model of intra-industry trade, that is with intra-industry trade, okay, the differentiated products economy scale we mentioned previously. That is the market organization, okay? The monopolistic competition, the model, okay? Production and pricing and monopolistic competition, okay? The definition. What is the monopolistic competition? Okay. A firm of market organization where there are many firms selling a differentiated product and entry into or exit from the industry is easy. Many firms, okay, differentiated products, okay, enter or exit, enter into or exit from the industry is easy. That means easy, okay? Here, fairly elastic, okay? Production and pricing and monopolistic competition. It is the basic knowledge of the microeconomics, okay? If you like, you can review your textbook, okay? Okay, AC is downward sloping because of the economy scale, okay? The firm reaches the best level output there, where M on the marginal revenue equals to marginal cost. Okay, sorry, a little bit. Okay, now. Okay, that is the marginal revenue equals to marginal cost. Okay? The firm breaks even at point A. Okay, breaks even. Now, conclusions. Relationship between the two patterns of trade. When products are homogeneous, we have only inter-industry trade. When products are differentiated, we have both inter and inter-industry trade. The more similar nations are in factors, endowments, and technology, the smaller is the importance of inter-relative to inter-industry trade. Okay, the more similar nations are in factors, endowments, and technology, the smaller is the importance of inter-relative to inter-industry trade. Okay. Okay. Here we can see that the monopolistic competition and the inter-industry trade. There is a positive relationship between N and AC for a given level of industry output. Okay. Of trade. Okay. Positive relationship N and AC. Okay. N and AC. Okay. There is the negative relationship between N and P. Okay. between N and P, okay? N and A, P and AC, N and AC, okay? For the E, there is a long-range equilibrium point where each firm breaks even in Untitled, okay? There is for the E dot, there's new long-range equilibrium point with the international trade, okay? Okay. Now, then the fourth question that is trade based on dynamic technological differences, dynamic extension of HO model, that is technological gap model, product cell cycle model, okay? I think this part is your assignment for the next class, okay? A moment later. For assignment. And this is the attendance for today's class. Okay. Now, any questions? We will continue our topic, okay, for the new trade theory, okay, for the new trade theory. Any questions?
No,
Lousy.
teacher.
Okay. Now have a good weekend. Okay, that's all for today.
Teacher, I
Hi,
have a
hi.
question.
Okay, please.
The assignment is about a technological gap model and product cycle model, is it?
Yes, that's right.
We have to write a report.
No report, just do a PPT, okay?
Just do a PPT of technological model or both.
Yes, both.
Both.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll try to I want to know what's your thought about that and
Is it a
deeper.
presentation?
Yes, just a presentation, okay?
Presentation.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Teacher, the title will be Technological Model and what? You say again?
No, I uploaded in our WeChat group, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Okay. Bye bye.
Teacher,
Have a
bye.
good weekend. Okay. Bye bye.